We're sitting with Michael Bellings now. We just finished with your brother Aaron, which was really fun to see him again and to have some time with him. And now it's your turn. So the other half of the Bellings brothers, I don't know. I think, some people say the better half. I'm not sure. I don't know. You guys have just been so wonderful. I love working with you, and I have over the years. So Michael has always been the marketing person on the team, and you came to us from a marketing background. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, thanks for having me first and foremost. We'll leave the better half to the comments in the video. If we can have people take polls and vote on there.
Well, no, what I meant to say about that, let me clean that up. What I meant was, in relationships, people would say, oh, my better half.
Right.
So it would be up to you to say that. Not
There we go. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I didn't mean it that way.
I say younger, better looking. He says older, wiser. We'll leave that to the audience.
That's great.
Yeah, but basically, when I started at Vanguard, you hired me, and we were so excited to start at Vanguard. But before that, I was only 1 year out of college, actually. Wow. So I majored in marketing at USC and did a ton of marketing internships, worked at a company very briefly after college doing marketing, but it was just always a passion of mine. Mm-hmm. I love people, I love communication, I love marketing, I love the creative, and bringing that to the real estate business was incredibly fun and felt like a natural fit. Something I learned early on, maybe from you, I can't remember, but two most important parts of selling your home are, pricing strategy, marketing strategy, and then maybe the third, the preparation strategy. So when Aaron and I got together and decided we want to do this, we said, well, he'll take the pricing and the data and the finance, and I'll take the marketing and creative, and that's what we pitch to people, and it's a really happy marriage, frankly.
That's great. That's great. Well, it's true. It is a good marriage, and it is a good two different strengths completely. So it's hard for somebody to have all of that talent. So it's nice to share. Tell me what you do for your marketing on your listing appointments and your buyer broker,
Yeah. There's no one size that fits all. We like taking a custom approach. I know a lot of people say that and it's easy to say custom, but we really try to, depending on the neighborhood the property's in, what shows best at that property. Is it a single family home? Is it a condominium? Is it a TIC? Is the location more important because maybe it's a smaller home, or is the location not as good? So maybe we focus more on the home. But I call it my integrated marketing communication plan. And that's jargon basically for hitting as many marketing channels as you possibly can in order to create this kind of perfect marketing strategy where at the end of the day, you don't know if your buyer's coming from New York, down the street, the neighbor, China, England. You don't know where your buyer's coming from. So our goal is to basically turn over every stone and use every marketing channel we can to layer on top of each other. So at the end of the day, we don't know if this channel is working or that one is, but if we have all of them and they kind of go cohesively together, we will find the buyer to pay the highest price possible for it.
And what are those layers? Are they social media? Are they print material? Tell us about that.
Yeah, good question. We're third generation realtors, I think you talked about in the beginning of the video. So we really tell our clients, we have an old school approach that we learned from you and our dad and a lot of mentors here. And then we have our new school approach where we learned from the younger generation, frankly, now that I'm in the older generation at this point. But no, it really is taking the tried and true marketing tactics, being in the San Francisco Chronicle, having beautiful brochures and statements, having a great, neighborhood map showing the highlights of the area with a new school approach of, we invest in YouTube ads. We've really invested in video. We've really invested in social media. So kind of taking some of those new school and old school tactics and putting them together. Because I think if you're only doing social media or video, and you're not focusing on some of those old school tried and true tactics, you're doing the seller and yourself a disservice.
And you may miss people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We get calls all the time where it's the grandpa or the dad that goes, I saw your ad in the Chronicle. Right. And we still get those calls. So we're still going to invest in having those ads. But we've had a lot of fun at trying to innovate with professional property videos, but also Aaron and I like to have some fun in our videos, as you'll see as well on our social media.
I've been watching them.
People really identify with that. We try to come to the table and they already know us before they've met us. And that's because of our social media, because of our video presence. They feel like they know us already and they're friendly neighborhood realtors and in their home, and they already kind of know us at that point before we come in. And that was intentional through our marketing.
That's nice. Yeah, really great. So do you have your own YouTube channel?
We do.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, I hadn't seen that one. I'll have to go look.
Yeah, we're working on bolstering it. It's always a work in progress, but we've turned our attention more towards it these last few
It
years.
takes a lot to maintain all of that while you're still selling 70 homes a year.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you balance all that?
The gray hairs that you see here.
Yeah. Do you work like 14-hour days or
Oh yeah, we work 24/7, but
7?
yeah, we've started to set some boundaries and work. I think it's about working smarter, not harder, but also utilizing your team. Really, I mean, Aaron and I committed to ourselves that at X amount of sales, we were going to get a marketing person. At the next X amount of sales, we were going to get a director of operations.
Excellent.
Aaron was our TC for many years. Now we outsource that.
remember.
So, so it's really important. I mean, a lot of agents get bogged down where they think they need to wear all the hats. And I think we do wear a lot of hats, right? We're therapists, we're marketers, we're all these things, but utilizing your team, utilizing your resources, working smarter, not harder. I try to work on dollar productive activities. And for me, that is a lot of the marketing, but I outsource a lot of my marketing to people that are better at marketing than me. A lot of my marketing tools I learned in college are very outdated, and I have to constantly learn new tools and work with my marketing person. But yeah, utilize your resources. You can't do it all.
Especially today with things moving so quickly with the AI and so on.
Absolutely.
So I want to mention something that I didn't in the intro, which is that you were one of my very first stars on the 30 under 30 nationwide recipients.
Yes.
And, you reminded me today, which I also remember that you were very young when I hired you. And so did you tell us about the 30 under 30 a little bit, just for a moment, because that was a shining moment for you. And I want to highlight that.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I was honored at 30 under 30 when I was at Vanguard. You can watch my video on YouTube, actually. I was in the lobby here. That was something that was always, when I got into real estate,
You got like 20.
I started when I was 23, so I think I got 30 under 30 when I was 28. And it was always a goal in the back of my mind. I said, if I can make this real estate thing work, I really want to be a 30 under 30. Nice. And I was honored to win my first year I applied, which is very rare to do. And I really attribute a lot of that to the marketing I did through 30 under 30. They loved my video. It was definitely ahead of the curve at the time.
Yeah,
what it really did for me was open up a community of people around the country that are top-notch realtors, that when I go to the conferences or I can call one of them, they're at my level or above, and you're sitting in a room with these people that are brilliant. And, we were doing well, and you think you're the man and this and that. And then you go sit in this room and you go, oh my gosh, like I can learn a lot from these people. And it's really opened my eyes to a lot of different resources, tools, community that I didn't have access to here. That's really, opened my horizons, which has been nice.
Yeah. So for people who don't know what that is, it's a rising stars, young folks who are under 30 years old. They choose 30 nationwide. And that's quite an accomplishment. I remember it well, so I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, thank you. Now I go to the alumni conferences, so I'm well over 30.
That's what reminded me. I did see that.
Yeah.
Recently you went to the alumni and you said it was really wonderful because you had these long-standing relationships with these agents that you've basically grown up with.
Absolutely.
Well, you are growing up.
And there was a class of 2,000 people there. I was class of 2018, so you're literally learning from people that are almost 50. Wow. And then I learned some YouTube tricks from these guys and gals that are 20.
Yeah, that's great.
And it was fascinating to get to. That's the old school, new school that we just love.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
So in your experience, what role does storytelling play a part in your real estate marketing?
A big part of it. I think what we try to talk to people about is lifestyle. You're not just buying a home, you're buying the neighborhood, you're buying the block, you're buying the lifestyle and the dream that you want to have. So telling a story about what coffee shop is down the street, what park is down the street, what kind of vibe do you like? I mean, San Francisco has over 75 neighborhoods, very eclectic, very different. We were lucky enough to be born and raised in the city, and I think that's really helped our career, and people really identify with that. So we know what San Francisco used to look like, we know what it looks like now, and we can think about what it's going to look like in the future. But telling stories about each neighborhood and about the building and about the lifestyle that you can have if you move into this place. But I think a lot of people get into real estate robot mode where it's just 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, this is the square footage, this is that. It's like, no, tell the story. What's the neighborhood like? What's the vibe like? And stories are incredibly important.
Stories of your experience as well?
Absolutely. I don't think we've seen it all. It's been 13 years, and I know there's still a lot more to see, but I try to advise my buyers and sellers based on my experiences that we've had in previous transactions and deals to help them not make mistakes and educate them on what the best path forward is based on. We have so many horror stories. I mean, we can have another video about that'll be fun.
It's important because people rely on that experience, and that's where that's why I was curious if you use that in your business.
God, you mean that storytelling aspect? Yeah, I mean that's what AI can't teach you, right? All of our buyers these days are sending us, summaries of disclosure package links, right? But there's way.
Is that what they do now?
That's what they do now.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, that's so cute.
Yeah.
How do they even do that? I mean, you can't load the disclosure package into AI.
You can.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So we're getting a lot of that from buyers, but that's why you need to
Here's
rely.
a summary. Here's
Yeah.
the highlights.
Yeah.
Is
But of
it-
course-
is it effective or no?
I'd say no. I mean, it needs to learn a lot more to understand. I mean, what's important in San Francisco is way different than what's important in Madison, Wisconsin. And I don't think they can really, separate those exactly. But yeah, we use all of our horror stories and all of our success stories to try to lead clients to the right path based on that. And literally the other day I was telling a client about, they got countered back and forth about 6 different times, my buyer, and the seller lost them because they were tired of getting countered. And I told them the story about how that's why I advise my sellers, you're going to lose this buyer. There's an emotional aspect to this business. You can't just keep ping-ponging them around and keep countering them. And they lost my buyers. And, I tell those stories so that my sellers and buyers don't make mistakes like that.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think life is made up of our stories, and I think the more that we can share, the better. And so, thank you so much. This has been wonderful to get to one-on-one with you a little bit, and then we're going to go cut here, and we're going to meet with Aaron, and have a nice little session together.
Amazing. I love it.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Paula. Thanks so much.